Hola guys, and que paso? This is Hala Pablo. How's everyone doing? I want to look at Ethereum real quick. Brief analysis of where we are volume spread wise with Ethereum. I did Bitcoin a few days ago, and I want to keep covering those two maybe every 3 or 4 days as they break range or start exhibiting changes of character. We need to just watch them carefully, in particular Bitcoin, because as you know, wherever Bitcoin goes, the alts are sure to follow for the most part. Let's look at Ethereum right now. I've got this on the 30-minute. This is going to be a real brief video. Now, we're just going to go off the volume spread for it, and just a few quick things that we can identify. We're trying to determine the bias of this trading range, whether or not we're going to distribute or we're going to accumulate. This could be an accumulation or it could be a redistribution. So we see this inverted head and shoulders. Came down like this. Obviously, in this down here, the selling climax came back up for the automatic rally, and then came back down and touched down here. This was the lowest that I got to, where we see now we are back down again, basically in effect closing out this lower liquidity void with basically this floor. So we have two bounces here on this shoulder here, where it came back and retested, mitigated this liquidity void down here, and then came back up and did another micro rally, and it's been just winding down since then. What it's done in effect by doing that is it's created an upper trend line resistance. Let's see, get rid of this. Where's my arrow? Here. And we'll just delete this here. And instead we'll do like a trend line here on these lower highs. So we have this diagonal trend line, and then we have this floor that's been created on the bounces. All right, so we'll just do the floor there, and then let's make the floor yellow to distinguish it from the upper trend. Okay. So what we want to do now is look at these bounces. Every time the price action hit the floor, what is going on in the volume? The volume, we see we're getting large demand spikes, obviously, to rebuff the bear power. It's coming back up here with some stopping power in supply, coming back down, and then here again we see we don't see quite as big demand down here as it came back up to form this second bounce off the macro trend resistance. And then here we have kind of like a triple top, and on this triple top, after we see this pullback, we're getting increased supply on the pullback. So that indicates selling interest, legit bear power, and to me goes a long way of establishing a bias, a bearish bias for this range. We see for the up thrusts, like for example this one here, we're seeing volume, basically demand volume, shrinking, whereas on the pullback, supply is increasing. And then we have this narrow kind of channel of lateral consolidation, where again we have I would say see this pullback here. All right, so we have this. These are the predominant demand spikes, and on the predominant demand spikes we see a failure to rally out of this channel, and like the immediate decreasing of the demand as it pulls back here. It's like hugging the resistance of this channel, and we've gotten an increase of supply on this pullback. And then here it looked like it was going to break, but instead it was another failure to rally. And now we've come back down to the floor, and on the pullback to the floor, again, we see an increase in supply. So my bearish bias is not changed for this present range. Let's go ahead and remove the drawings. What can happen is if Bitcoin rallies from the point it's at now, I believe it's not going to be a sustained markup. I believe anything right now that you get into, if you plan on going long, you could very well be buying into a bull trap. I mean, certainly you can make money, but you need to know when to get out. Now, what we can do, what we may do, is from here we may suddenly rally back up and hit this macro liquidity void here, which would zero this out, grab some liquidity before the consequential dump, which could happen as we go down to test this macro liquidity void. This is the prior low of this range. I do think that that's what's in the books right now, but it remains to be seen. Just be very, very careful going long. I'm not going long in Bitcoin or Ethereum or really any of the alts at this time. I think it's just a matter of time before we retest perhaps some of the upper micro pump liquidity voids before we see another dump and we go down to reach the lower Fibonacci retracement levels. I don't think we're out of this bear winter yet. So that's my take on it all. Just be safe, and thanks for watching. If this has helped you out in any way, go ahead and like it. I'm going to try to do more of these on a regular basis, like I said, for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. And if you'd like to see some other, maybe you have a favorite alt that you'd like me to look at, go ahead and leave a comment, and if I get around to it, I'll go ahead and do a chart on it. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a good Sunday. Adios. Bye-bye.